Well, one of the major debates in the labour movement at the moment concerns the prospect of a new federation and the call for a workers' summit. And behind it, of course, is the National Union of Metal Workers, whose General Secretary, Irvin Jim, is with us in the studio today. Hi, Irvin. This workers' summit, when is it going to be held and who's going to attend?
Well, today we're working very flat out that this coming month we need to have a workers' summit. And we calling all workers to attend the workers' summit because we think that the time has come to crystallize a new federation. And of course, it must be an independent federation. It must take mandate from workers. NUMSA is a union that forms part of the unions that are coming together, is an independent union that is worker controlled through democratically elected shop stewards. And we're a union that is run by members who convene general meetings, local general meetings, to keep anyone who's privileged to be in leadership accountable. We think that in this country the time has come that workers must liberate themselves from the current alliance, which is an alliance basically that has championed a neoliberal agenda. We got dismissed for basically calling for a democratic debate in COSATU to say that the time has come for us to reflect on this alliance because it's not an alliance that is cast in stone. It is it's an alliance that is made up of independent formation, and its mission was to make sure that it championed full implementation of the minimum program, which is the Freedom Charter. And as I just said, the bottom line is that that minimum program is not being implemented, and we think that it's high time that workers must form a new federation in this country that will be independent, that will not allow government, like it has done, to allow labor brokers to continue to impose e-tolls, and finally to take workers' retirement fund unilaterally against the Freedom Charter that says no government can justly claim authority unless it is based on the will of the people.
But the point is, at the moment, you do have FEDUSA, NACTU, who are also nominally independent federations, and CONSAWU, and then we have a lot of small Nyanya federations around the show. Are you inviting all of them to come?
We're inviting all workers, we're inviting all federations. COSATU as well is welcome. We want workers at the end of the day. This federation will be a federation of workers. If COSATU suddenly wake up, as we requested them to wake up, instead of waking up, they decided to basically to butcher NUMSA, to fragment workers. Almost all COSATU unions are divided. And finally, government have demonstrated to them, to the Communist Party. In fact, the Communist Party is sweating. It is in a crisis. It has lost hegemony inside the ANC. COSATU, and you will appreciate that both COSATU leadership and SAC leadership were champions of fragmenting, causing disunity within COSATU unions. And if they were to wake up and appreciate that we need a new independent federation, everybody else is welcome.
But the point is, you see, you also have like NACTU and FEDUSA came together and set up SOCOTU, the Confederation of Trade Unions. There's basically an off-the-shelf independent. Why don't you just join that?
Well, we think that we're talking to NACTU, we will be talking to everybody. We think that it is important to launch a new federation where we will all put our baggages aside and basically champion unity of workers. And it's important to organize workers to take up the bread and butter issues and be independent from political parties.
And therefore organize workers as workers, not within political formations, religious formations, as we saw in Europe where you had Christian unions, Protestant unions, etc. I think independent.
I think that the new federation we're working hard to crystallize. It will be both a shield and a spear in the hands of workers. It will champion solidarity. It will make sure that it takes up bread and butter issues that affect workers.
But then, of course, it can't be politically aligned. And one thing that has always concerned me about some of the statements from NUMSA officially, calling yourselves a Marxist-Leninist trade union, that is a very narrow political definition, so you have to stop that. Surely.
Well, I must say that NUMSA is a Marxist-Leninist-inspired red union, and we have never apologized on that, but that never block us to organize every worker. The NUMSA members that we have, they come from different political backgrounds, from different political parties. If a worker carries a scarf-tin and it is exploited and he earns wages which mega poor wages that they get paid, basically determine where they stay. We organize those workers. We're not organizing workers on the basis of political affiliation.
Thank you very much, Irvin Jim.
Thank you very much.